Two local derbies, Louth met Meath in Parnell Park, while Westmeath hosted Offaly in Mullingar.
Heading into Sunday's quarter-final clash at Cusack Park, it was 10 years since Offaly last registered a Leinster success over Westmeath. The Lake County, on the other hand, had bragging rights, having won the latest Leinster showdown, as well as beating Offaly in Division 3 back in March. So, unsurprisingly, it was the home side who started the brighter, and after 3 early wides, good work from John Conlon saw Dennis Caroon kick the game's opening point after 9 minutes. The Offaly forwards were non-existent in the early stages, and come the 15th minute, Westmeath led by 4 points to no score after this fine John Hesland point, his third successive score of the game. Offaly got off the mark soon after, and their best move of the first half saw Niall McNamee and Bernard Allen link up for the latter to fire over, and soon after that, Offaly would only trail by a single point. The remaining 15 minutes of the first half was all about Westmeath though, and they replied with 5 unanswered scores, including this Paul Shari point on 26 minutes. Not long after that, John Conlon finished off a fine move, and at half-time, Westmeath led by 9 points to 3. Offaly needed a good start to the second half, and they got just that with 6 of the opening 7 scores, including this score from Johnny Maloney on 46 minutes. When Offaly secured that championship win over Westmeath 10 years ago, Niall McNamee kicked 4 points that day, and he got in the scoring act to reduce the gap to 3 points with 50 minutes gone. With 5 minutes remaining, Westmeath led by just a single point, so this fine Kieran Martin score came at the right time to give them a 2-point cushion. Offaly weren't done with just yet, and Niall Dunn kicked his 6th point of the match to bring the faithful county back to within the minimum with 67 minutes on the watch. The next score was going to be also important, and that came courtesy of Westmeath's James Dolan, who finished off an excellent move to the delight of the home crowd. Offaly did cut the gap back to a point, but they just couldn't draw level, so it's Westmeath who will face Kildare in the Leinster Senior Football Championship semi-final later this month. Full time from Cusack Park, Westmeath 13 points, Offaly 12 points.
Yeah, they're under pressure, kicking a lot of scores there. Look, local derby games, they're not always pretty. They can be always very tough and tight, and that's what that was today. And, you know, probably, I think both teams really wanted it badly, but we probably got a little bit of luck at the green in the second half.
To be truthful, I suppose there's 2 points to it. One, we didn't perform to the best of our ability, especially in the first half, and we lost away with opportunities in the second half. And secondly, you know, I thought we didn't get the rub of the green off the referee in particular. But look, when you have home advantage, you get those decisions.
Look, I'm with these group of lads now in Westmeath, and I know all the lads up there well, but you know, I'll be doing my best for this team to try and produce and win on the day, and see can we get back to another Leinster final.
Louth were today seeking a first win over Meath since way back in 1975. The Royals came into this one without a competitive game in 10 weeks. They allowed Louth a decent start, and the game was level at 3 points apiece by the 9th minute. Ryan Burns aiming to resume where he had left off in their win over Carlow. Meath, though, began to take hold by the end of the opening quarter, and their scores started to flow. Debutant Cillian O'Sullivan was playing a key role. Meath edged towards half-time with the wind in their sails, and they should have had a goal too. Dalton McDonough foiled as a last-gasp block from Derek Maguire kept the wee county in touch. Eamon Wallace had a fine game and scored 4 first-half points, all from play, included amongst them this fine effort. Louth turned around 5 behind, but got 3 points soon after the resumption. This effort from James Califf meant it was now a 2-score game. But Meath had the ability to inject pace into their attack, and 22-year-old O'Sullivan, back after a 2-year injury layoff, continued to torment Louth. Andrew Tormey had more time for this shot. Mickey Newman was to have Meath's next goal-scoring chance, and this time only the top of the fingertips of Craig Lynch was all that would deny him and Meath a maximum score. Louth fell away for large parts of the game and poor shot selection was beginning to take its toll, but 6 minutes from time they produced it when it mattered most. Jim McEnany's goal would put just 4 points between the sides once more, and Louth would dare to dream. But that margin proved just too wide to bridge, as Meath, and Mickey Newman in particular, kept going right until the end. With it, they secured victory and a crack